Hi there! Yay, Mommy's Day! I have an awesome mommy. I know that sometimes we don't feel like awesome mommies ourselves, or sometimes our mothers, uh, you know, had suboptimal upbringings, and so we probably wish that they did a better job. And I just want to build some bridges here for the moms out there. By the way, and the dads, the tool I'm about to show you guys is actually from a story of a little girl that wanted to run away. It's a real thing. I was standing right there. It was just beautifully done. But this is one of the keys to having a relationship that rocks. We did a mini webinar. I mean, there's actually probably about 12 different tools, but we picked three of them and we did a very practical workshop about that. Basically is a preview for Get Out of Your Way to Relationships That Rock. But you could use these tools. Okay, so I wanted to show you one of them for Mother's Day because I saw it in action and it was so brilliant. And again, I'm going to say it works with your sweetie when they're having a really bad day or when they want to be right that something's wrong or when they're being really righteous. It works with your kids when they're throwing a temper tantrum or when they're just being really stubborn. Okay, not that any of us have had that ever happen. Ha ha ha. Okay, here goes. So, this little girl, two of our team members, I have witnessed firsthand with their kids, actually several of them, most of them actually, but these two lived in Ontario with me, and both of them have had this happen. But I want to talk about a story where this young thing wanted to leave home because she was very frustrated, and the hormones were starting to fly, and she was um, being quite opinionated about her stance on something that likely did not matter in the grand scheme at all, but you know how we can all get in one of those moods. So, what the mom did, it's Sonia, by the way. What the mom did, which was so genius, and she definitely likely gleaned it from witnessing others of our team members using the tools that we teach, is she just made her young daughter right. And she just said, you know what, you're so right. That's a horrible thing. I'm so sorry that the sky is not cloudy all day today or something. And the daughter was like, yeah. And she said, and I'm going to take some food from the fridge. Oh, okay. Let me get you some food. Yeah, you're right. You probably get hungry. And I'm going to need some water. Here's a bottle of water. And I'm going to really leave. Well, it's going to be cold. Make sure you take an extra pair of mitts and a scarf. And that methodology, by the way, I'll tell you what happened in a second. It's called making the ego right. It also works if you're someone's sweetie and they're really angry at something that you're finding it hard not to be defensive about. So, for instance, the other day, even with my sweetie, there was something that it was really hard for him to, get his mind out of, and he uh, he wanted to engage, but I wouldn't engage. In fact, that happened with me as well. It's like I so wanted to engage something, and the interesting thing was, um, both he and I do the same thing. We say, "I totally hear you. I get how you could feel that way. It's completely understandable, and I really get it. I hear you." And instantaneously, what happens is the body comes down several notches. Now, with this little girl, she had her backpack on, she'd thrown a few things in there, she had her cell phone, and she left the house on a very cold fall day and walked about halfway around the block and made a phone call to her mom and said, do you think I could come home because I think I forgot some food? And she came home, and of course, we had a sandwich ready and asked her if she wanted to sit down. And she did. And of course, she didn't leave. She just wanted to be heard, and she wanted someone to know how mad she was or how mad her ego was. So on right around Mommy's Day, and by the way, Parents' Day, all of it, I think learning tools to just be able to have an incredible relationship where you're not carrying your children, you're actually facilitating them figuring out their own answers. So powerful. And that's just one of the three that we talk about in the three keys to stop sabotaging yourself in love relationships. And you can listen to the whole thing. Remember, it's an introduction to get out of your way to relationships that rock, but you could take all those tools and use them right away. And you'll find that at thewideawakening.com/get out intro. So go there and have a listen and celebrate your mom, whether she was a catalyst or an inspiration. Because if she was a catalyst, you're better for it. And if she was an inspiration, you're better for it. There's much to be grateful for. I know I'm incredibly grateful for my awesome and incredible mother who just did a very loving job. And I share her with all of you. I'm sure she wouldn't mind. All right. Thanks, everyone. I love you. Make sure you go and watch wideawakening.com, thewideawakening.com/get out intro, and give a listen to that. It's about an hour and a half. You'll love it. Very, very powerful. Okay. Mwah.